Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm glad you joined me today. I wanted to do a little Tech Bits training on something that I was interested in, or I have found an interest in. So I thought this would be great. So first, let me just introduce myself. I'm Candace Pereira, and I work at Pecos Valley REC 8 in Artesia. And so we are participating in the tech grant with these tech trainings. So I was trying to find some great things that I'd like to learn, and this was one. So the topic that I'm doing today is called Creating a Bitmoji Classroom. And I first became interested in this when everybody was home and everybody was teaching remotely. And I noticed that teachers were doing a lot of this Bitmoji Classroom. I had no idea what a Bitmoji was in the first place, much less how it fit into a classroom. So I started researching that and looking at some of the neat ones that teachers have created. And I thought, hey, maybe I'll try this. So today I want to show you guys how I created a Bitmoji Classroom for myself, and then how you could hopefully create one for yourself. And it doesn't have to just be classroom. I noticed a lot of them when I was looking at, like I saw one of the speech therapist. I saw an art teacher. I saw a music teacher's Bitmoji Classroom. And I think once you see how teachers are using them, you could find a way to use it yourself. So I wanted to start out by saying that I created some steps for this that you can refer to, and I put it in I'm going to put this in the chat so that you can either have it open or you can look at later. And I'm going to share my screen and just kind of go over some of that right now. Okay, can y'all see? Everybody see it? Awesome. Okay, so these are the steps to create a Bitmoji Classroom. There's lots of steps in between that I'm going to give you a little more information about, but basically I wanted to get it on a one-pager and have some short 10 steps that are reminders of how you just go about creating it. Also at the bottom, I included some tips that I found when I was creating my own that might be helpful in how to arrange things and make sure they're sized correctly. So these are the steps. I'll include them in the chat again at the end. But to start out, I wanted to show you what my finished product was so that you can kind of see the steps and what we're going to do to create one together. So hopefully we can do one together. So here's mine that I created. And what I love most about, or what interested me most when I was looking at other teachers' Bitmoji classrooms, is at first, I mean, how cute is it to have a Bitmoji of yourself, right? That students can go, oh my gosh, that's my teacher in cartoon form. So there I am in cartoon form. And the other thing that is really eye-catching for kids is that the color. You can create color and you can make this space look like your own classroom. So you would mimic it if you have a couch in your room, if you have a window in your room, all of these things can be placed. And the best thing about it is that when you click on each of these things, they're hyperlinked and they lead you to lessons that you're actually doing in the classroom. So just to show you for an example, I created this whiteboard space with our lessons for the week in reading, math, and science. And then I had this little orange bubble here that says, click on the images here on the bookshelf. I just had to move that because it was in the way. So if you were to click on, let's see, our science, National Geographic, it's going to lead you to the National Geographic website. Supposed to. So I did that last night. Let's see. There it is, I think. Can y'all see it? Anything?
Yes.
There, it's coming very slowly. Okay, so it leads you to National Geographic, and then it has games and videos. So whatever subject you're studying in science, you can have the kids go here and they can do their lesson either on video or some games about whatever lesson that is. So each one of these has a link. So this is linked to a Khan Academy video for fractions that we're studying. And then this link is a link to chapter 1 and 2 of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So I just wanted to point that out so you know that this isn't just a pretty picture, it's actually functional. Okay. The other thing I wanted to include that I know that is big with teachers now is social emotional learning. So I created this poster here, and I could have hyperlinked something that linked to the positive thinking video on YouTube, but I wanted to link it here so that you could see it, that it can also be placed on the whiteboard space. So you can link images and objects to different websites, or you can just put them on the whiteboard here. Okay, one thing I've even seen that's very creative is I have seen where the teacher actually puts her real face here, linking to a YouTube video of her teaching, actually. So it's really cute. So I'm going to show you some examples later at the end of this so we can see just what some other teachers have done. So first of all, I'm going to get y'all started. If you want to do this along with me, please feel free. This was the intention. I wanted this to be kind of a working session where we create one together. So the first thing you will need to do is make sure that you have a Bitmoji image. So Bitmojis can be either on your computer through this app. You can see, if you can see me pointing here, I have the Chrome extension that is the Bitmoji. If I click here, you'll see it brings up my Bitmojis. My computer's real slow this morning, but there you go. So I can use any of those Bitmojis here. I can search. So for this Bitmoji in my classroom, I searched Bitmoji sitting pose, and then I chose the sitting pose and put her on a chair. So you can do all kinds of fun things. You can say that you're waving, you can do seasonal things. So this is where they would be. If you don't have this Bitmoji extension, you will go here to this puzzle piece, and this puzzle piece will take you to Chrome extensions. You go to manage extension, and you can put this on your computer. A lot of people actually have it on their phones because that's an easy way to get that app on your phone. So you can start it there and then also have it on your computer so you can create your classroom. So that's the finished product. Now let's work through how I built this. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your Google Suite tile. I don't know the actual name of this, but if any of y'all know this, I just call it the tile for the Google Suite. You'll click in the Google Suite and you're going to start a new Google slide presentation. So it's this yellow one here that says slides. We're going to click right in there.
Oh, so is Canva like a Google product, I guess is what I'm.
Canva?
Yes.
Did you see it in there?
Canva, the Bitmoji stuff. Sorry.
Did you see it when I clicked?
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So I didn't know that Bitmoji in this was attached to Google.
I don't know.
No, well, since it's like under Google. I didn't realize that the.
Do you mean that right here, my little Bitmoji app?
No, like I didn't know you used Google to create it, like how you're going to Google.
Oh, to create the classroom.
Yes, I didn't know that. That's sorry.
No, that's okay. You create it in slides, but
Okay,
you
I didn't know that.
also
That's really
create
cool.
one in Canva. And
Okay,
I just
but I didn't know it was tied to Google.
No, this one that we're doing today is tied to Google, but
Okay.
there is one in Canva, and I'm planning on doing that for my next one.
Okay.
So that'll be good. So thanks, you kind of led me right into that. Okay, so here I am on my Google Slides. These are just all slides that I've created. So we're going to start a new one, okay, with the plus sign. Yours might look a little different, but you just go new, okay. So here's an untitled presentation. So the first thing I would do is I would go up here. This is where you title anything that you are naming in Google. Okay, and mine is really slow. Sorry about that. Okay, so there it is. So you would just title this. Sorry, y'all. I hope y'all's isn't as slow as mine, but mine is lagging behind when I'm typing. So I'm going to say Candace's Bitmoji Classroom. Now, a lot of teachers use these by weeks. So they might want to say, week 1, week 2, or week November 14th through the 20th. So you can do that here so that when you're looking for them in all your presentations, you can go exactly to the one that you want. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do here is this is the way it comes up, and it comes up with text boxes. The first thing you do is you click on your text boxes and you delete them. So when you're deleting a text box, another great little tip I learned is you have to be on the border of it And then you make sure you click on the border and then you delete. Okay. And delete, and they're gone. And now I have my blank space and I'm ready to create. So what I found that works best is the first thing you're going to do is you're going to give this a background and a floor. That's the first thing you do. And they actually have that built in here. If you see my tab going up here to background, all you do is click on background. Okay. And then you're going to choose an image. Now, so I'm clicking on choose image. Okay, then I'm going to go Google Images. And I'm going to put in the Google search, I'm going to say background and floor. And it gives you all of these examples of what you can pick as your background and floor. So the one I picked was the gray one with the little plant. And that's this one here. Okay, so you guys can go through and pick any of them that you want, but I chose this one. And then the insert comes up, so you just insert it. Okay, done. And there's my background and floor. So now again, you're starting, you're building up. So the best thing that I have found that works is finding out what am I going to do next and work your way from biggest to smallest. So the biggest thing in my classroom that I wanted to build on top of was the rug. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to now insert a rug in here. So instead of background, we're going to go up to the insert tab. Do y'all see where my cursor is? Right there. So you go insert tab, then you're going to go image, search the web. And you see something come up at the right. This is a search bar. What am I going to search for? Well, I want to search for a rug. But in order to layer things on top of each other, the biggest, most important tip when you're building a Bitmoji Classroom is to include the word transparent in front of what you're wanting to search so that you don't have any backgrounds in it. So I have transparent rug. Okay, and then I'm going to have all these images come up of what I want as my rug. So I want to point out that I used this brown shape here. I liked the shape of this because, first of all, you want it to go dimensionally, like going backwards. If I were to choose this turquoise one here and I were to insert it, it would look like a flat space on top of my wall. So I don't want to do that. I want something to create dimension. So I'm choosing the brown one. And then what you do, sorry, my frames are on top of my insert, so I'm trying to move my frames. There we go. See the insert tab at the bottom? After you get the one you choose, you press insert. And look at my rug. Is that the way I want it? No. So what I need to do is resize the rug to be proportionate with the space. So you're clicking on the box and you're just resizing it. Okay. So maybe that might look okay. So I'm going to move it down. And do y'all see, I'm not sure if you know about move, I'm sure you do, but you can move objects when you get the cross hairs at the top or the cross. So I'm moving that. I'm sorry, it's really going behind. So I don't know if y'all can see it well. So there you are. Now, the only other tip that I found that works is see how this box takes up a whole lot of space. So if your box is going to be there, it's going to be hard to layer anything close to it. So another tip I have is to crop it. So you're going to quick tip on crop is click twice. And then you'll get these black boxes around it. As soon as you have the black boxes, you can move them close to the object, just like that. Okay.
Wow,
And there's my rug. But I didn't like the color of the rug. I thought, I don't want a brown rug in this white, clean space. So what you can do, any object you have, you can change the color of it. Okay. And you just go up here to arrange. Format. Okay, so notice when I clicked format, nothing here is highlighted. It's because I forgot to do something. I have to click on the object I want to format. So my rug is clicked, okay? Go back to format, okay? Format options. And it brings up everything here on the right. See the recolor? I didn't want that brown rug. So let me recolor it. Click the drop down and I get all of these choices of new colors of rug. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
You could have any color rug you wanted. So I picked the turquoise one before. Let me pick this green one. And there you go. My rug's now green. Cool, right? Okay, so that's how I started building. Now, when you're setting up a classroom, you think, all right, I'm putting my rug down first, and now I'm going to arrange the furniture. What else do I want in my space? And remember, I told you a lot of teachers are looking at their own classrooms and thinking, okay, I have a whiteboard space where I want to post all of my assignments. So that would be my next biggest object. So you just continue with that. And what am I going to press to find my images? I go to insert because I want to insert something. Okay, go to image, search the web, and I'm hoping that they'll have a whiteboard. So I'm leaving the word transparent in front and typing whiteboard. And you have several options. So I picked in my finished one, I picked this one here. But in order to just change this up, since I changed the rug, I think I'm going to go with the green one. So you just choose that one. It check marks it. Insert it into your slide. Okay, now notice this. Even though I had the word transparent, see all the white space around? That's not going to look great. So I think I can fix it. So I'll just move it where I want it and we'll see what it looks like. Remember, a lot of this is just trial and error. So all that white space, let's try to get rid of it by cropping it. Double click, get the black frame, move it as close as I can to my chalkboard. So it's going to get most of it, but it still might have some white space at the bottom. So even though you search for a transparent image, all of them do not come up as transparent. So that looks okay, but you can still see that it's an image, so it doesn't look as realistic because it has the white stuff at the bottom. So for now, we'll just leave it like it is. Okay, so that would be something else that I want to include in there. So I'm going to show you how I got my assignments on there, but you would just continue building this. So the other thing I want is I want a bookshelf to make sure that I can put the books that I'm studying in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do my same insert search. We'll go up here to insert. What am I looking for now? I'm looking for a bookshelf. So I'll search bookshelf. And this is all just building it, to create your unique digital space. And this again is something that kids really zero in on because their idea of learning is mostly about computer and digital learning. So they don't want to see the actual teacher anymore as much as they are going to engage in something like this. So bookshelf. And there's so many ideas out there. If you're thinking, well, I'm not really sure what I want to put in mine, we'll see some other ideas that I can show you. Okay, several bookshelves. The one I chose on mine that I showed you, my finished one, was this one. I liked that it had white in the background and it was kind of a wooden, different texture. Okay, there it is. I'm going to move it in its space. I liked it here. Okay, so if I like it that size, I can go, okay, that looks good, but it looks a little disproportionate to my board. So I probably do need to resize it. So I'm going to take it down to where I think it could be just right. I don't know. Y'all think that looks good?
Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. So, and I could get real, I could get real picky here, but you can make it look pretty on your own later. So are you guys able to open this up and start it, or have you found it easy to do any of these? Because I don't want to go too fast where I don't give y'all time to try it out.
No, I think this is good. Okay,
let me know if you guys have questions, if I can help you with in any way. So after I do that, then this is something new that I want to show you. Of course, we've gone to insert and we've done different things. We could keep doing that. We could go insert and include the chair, and insert, include different things on like the Bitmoji. But first, I want to go ahead and show you something different. If you can't find an image that you really like through insert, then you can also do a regular Google search. So I would just open a new tab. And when I've already done, I went to social emotional learning. So I'll open that tab. And this is where I found the poster that I have in my classroom. I thought, okay, that's a nice poster. It says think positive. So why wouldn't I want to include that in there as a way to remind my students to think positive? So if you find an image that you like, you just click on it, and here it is. So I clicked on it to make it larger. You right click, copy the image, and then you go back to your classroom. I have too many tabs open. So I'm back at my classroom and I want it about here. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste. And there's my poster. So anything on the web that you want in your classroom, you can copy the image and you can move it into your space. And that just floored me because I thought, wow, thinking about teachers pay teachers and the things that you buy and teachers pay teachers, you know, you buy like the little alphabet set or the parts of speech posters, or in my classroom, I had all the multiplication vocabulary. So any of that you can put across here. You can do the alphabet list across here. You could just, I mean, it's amazing how many different things you can include in here. Now, my spaces was just really plain compared to others that I've seen, but I want to show you guys how you can do different things. So first, just to recap, we can go to the Insert tab and search there with the word transparent. If we're not finding what we like let's say, you know, I didn't like that whiteboard. I don't like that white space. So I can go to Google search and I can search a whiteboard and then go to images once you're searching, and then you'll find the image that you want. So there's my poster. Okay. So the next thing I did was I went and I found, okay, I want an image of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because that's the book we were reading. So I Google searched that. I typed Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, it brings up all of this. I want to go to images because I just want a picture of the book. Okay, so this is where I went to find a good picture of the book. So anything, maybe we'll do this one right here. So I'll click on that. It brings up the image large, right click, copy image, go back to my classroom, and I'm going to copy the image onto my shelf, maybe, or paste it. Okay, so brought it over here. So that's fine because I could just resize it. I'm going to have to make it really tiny to fit on my shelf. And sometimes you can't even see what it looks like, but there it is. Okay, so I want to show you, I can resize that better to make it look nicer, but I want to show you now how to create hyperlinks, okay? Hyperlinks that match to the image on the board. Now, one tip that I want to give that I learned, you know, when I was educating myself in this is a lot of teachers like to go ahead and create everything that's going to be their basic room setup. So you could go ahead and put a chair here or a desk here. Go ahead and put your Bitmoji in if you want your Bitmoji to stay in the same position. So for me, I would probably not want my Bitmoji in because I would want to change her position each day or each week. So anything that's your basic room setup, everything on your wall, all the furniture, when you get it set just like it is, then the tip was to go ahead and screenshot the basic setup on your computer with your computer. So for a Mac, it's Shift-Command-4. I would screenshot it, and all that does is keep a copy of the basic setup. So before you put in the links, you would want to do that, okay? So that you can refer to it and keep it and use it for the next week or the next month, okay? So that was a good tip, is just to make sure you do that. All right, and so now let's go back to how we would insert links. So I want my kids to be able to click on this image and it lead them to what their assignment is. So all I have to do here is go in and search. And I went to audio, if I can type, of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And then it brings up different things. So y'all can see that I clicked already on the YouTube link. I don't think it's going to load. We're a little bit slow, but anyway, what you would do is go here, copy the link. Okay, it's copied. I go back to my classroom. I'm going to click on my image. Make sure your image is in blue so that the computer knows what you're wanting to hyperlink it to. Then up here on the tools, you can see that little link icon. You're going to click that and it's going to bring up. Can y'all see that, or are your pictures over it, like on my screen?
We can see it.
You can see it? Okay, so I need to move your pictures on my screen. So it says search or paste link. So I'm going to click in there, paste my link, and hit apply. And there it is. Now this book is hyperlinked to the actual audio of chapter 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that amazing?
That is.
If I would have known this when I was teaching, I could have just, I don't know, the sky's the limit. So
Yeah, no,
now
this
I'm
is
all
really cool.
excited thinking we all need to create a Bitmoji space, not necessarily a classroom, but maybe an
For
office.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know, maybe we can make it not look like a classroom if we need an office space to do that. So you would just continue to do this, and I'm almost out of time. So what I want to do is just make sure that y'all know, oh, let me put my Bitmoji in here before we show you some examples. So I'm going to go here. I want my sitting Bitmoji, or maybe I'll do, let's do Thanksgiving, just to go with the time. And I'm going to put thankful for you.
Oh,
Right click, copy image. I'm going to put her in there. And there she is. Let's see if I can put her on the board. Oh, isn't that great? Okay, you can't really see it because this is in green. So just real quick, let me see if I can recolor it. So remember how we recolor? We go to format options. Oh, I don't think I like any of those recolors. It looks like it's coloring the whole thing. So we'll just leave it like that because that looks pretty good. If this was a whiteboard, I think it would show it better. Okay, so just so you know, that's how you hyperlink. That's how you create and move objects. Remember that I gave you the steps in case you forget. So that's on there. Oh goodness. So I stopped sharing. Let me share real quick again because I wasn't finished sharing. Okay, so let me go back. I gave you the steps, so were you guys able to open those up and see that?
yes.
Just make sure that you save those so you can refer to them if you want to build your own. Okay, before I go, I want to show you some others that are amazing that I pulled up because they are just, like I said, it's crazy the things that people can do. Okay, let me get on. Okay, so look at this one. This one,
Oh, wow.
an art teacher. And she, of course, created all of her art supplies. She put all of her art supplies in there. And you guys can see now, or what I did is I appreciated everything that she had in there because every little object she had to add. She added the trash can. She added the lamp. She added her pet in there. She added the words create, the clock. Everything is added in here. So that was one example. And I thought that is really cool because even though we're not teaching remotely anymore, to have this up on a smart board that students can look at and go, okay, I forgot what yesterday's assignment was in art. They can go to yesterday's assignment or first periods or second periods. So I thought that one was really cute. Okay, there's just a ton, but I wanted to zero in on some. Here's another one for a Spanish teacher. Okay, look what she did. She included a little poof there, a computer. I've seen where people put the computer assignment on the computer screen. Okay, the chair. See this little banner up here, her plant, her flag. I mean, she made this look exactly like her classroom. The little headphones, I mean, precious, right? So cute. Okay, here's another one. This is the one that I mentioned was for speech therapy. I thought it would be really great for our teletherapist, you know, to maybe able to do something like this, and look how cute and eye-catching for students. And they can even put connections to their, you know, links to their lessons here. And I think the students would really get into that. So there's one for speech therapy. I saw many more. I saw ones for coaches. In athletes, I saw secondary classrooms, I saw elementary, kindergarten. It's just amazing the amount of things that you can do with this. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. I'm going to make sure and put my link to my steps one more time for anybody else who might have joined late. There you go. It's right there. So that is how you create a Bitmoji classroom. And I hope you guys learned a little something more than you knew yesterday. I know I did, because anything you teach sticks with you. So
Yes. Well, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank y'all for
Thank
coming.
you.
I appreciate your
Thanks,
time.
Candace.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.